Parturition. Parturition is a complex neuroendocrine mechanism. What is it? Parturition means delivery of the fully grown fetus. It is nothing but a complex neuroendocrine mechanism. Why neuroendocrine? The neural coordination and chemical coordination occurs. Endocrine means chemical coordination, neural means the nerves, they communicate. So it is a complex neuroendocrine mechanism where the signal begins from the fully developed fetus and placenta. The signal that starts from the fully grown, fully developed fetus and placenta, which stimulate. We have discussed by the end of the third trimester, the fetus is fully grown. The fetus and the placenta, they give the signal. They induce the uterine wall, the smooth muscles of the uterine wall to undergo contraction, mild contraction. So, the signal starts from the fully grown fetus and placenta, which induces the mild uterine contraction. This is the concept, uterine contraction. As we know, you see, the progesterone is the pregnancy hormone. So, when the fetus is fully developed, the progesterone falls down, the secretion of progesterone is stopped. Thus, what happens? The blood vessels, I had told you that the progesterone that keeps the blood vessels open. If the blood vessels are closed, means when the progesterone is stopped, the blood vessels, they start constricting. Then what? Means first of all, the mild uterine contraction is started. Let us discuss step by step. The fully grown fetus gives the signal. Who gives the signal? Fully developed fetus gives the signal. Then placenta starts secreting one hormone. I had explained you in the function of the placenta, that is oxytocin, is the parturition hormone, oxytocin. This oxytocin is secreted from the placenta. Then oxytocin induces the uterine wall, smooth muscles of the uterine wall. That causes the mild uterine contraction. Mild. Less, not so high. Mild uterine contraction. This establishes when the uterine wall undergoes mild contraction, that gives the stimuli to the hypothalamus. Stimuli by the neurons. That's why it is neuroendocrine. Hormones are working, that's why endocrine. That placenta is an endocrine gland that starts secreting when the fetus is fully grown. Then placenta secretes oxytocin. Oxytocin stimulates, induces the smooth muscles of the uterine wall. So, the smooth muscles of the uterine wall undergoes mild contraction, not vigorous contraction, mild contraction. Then this gives the stimuli to hypothalamus. Hypothalamus stimulate pituitary gland. Pituitary gland secretes its oxytocin. This oxytocin stimulates the intense uterine contraction. Intense uterine contraction. That means again we came over here. Intense uterine contraction. Uterine contraction. Uterine contraction. This is mild contraction. Mild uterine contraction. Here intense uterine contraction. Okay. More and more uterine contraction. More and more oxytocin is secreted from the pituitary gland. More oxytocin, more uterine contraction. More uterine contraction, more oxytocin. Now this oxytocin is the pituitary oxytocin, and this establishes a reflex action. Again, the intense contraction or the vigorous contraction of the uterine wall that expels the baby towards the vagina. Expulsion of fetus. Expulsion of fully developed fetus. Am I clear? Okay. The expulsion of placenta. But this expulsion of fetus, how it can be done? That needs to cervical canal to be widened. That need to make the cervical canal widen. Another hormone is there which is secreted from the placenta. Placenta at this time of parturition, placenta also secret. Placenta and the ovary of the pregnant woman secretes relaxin. What is secreted? Relaxin. And function of the relaxin we have discussed. In the function of the placenta, relaxin that induces, that stimulates or induces to what? Induces the pubic ligaments. Pubic ligaments. Pubic ligaments are, then when ligaments are induced by relaxin, the relaxation of pubic symphysis occurs. Relaxation of pubic symphysis. I had told you, I have explained you earlier, because which leads to widening of the cervical canal. Cervical canal, the birth canal is widened, and that causes the expulsion of delivery of the baby. Delivery of the baby. So, first of all, this is the fully grown, fully developed fetus induces the placenta, means gives the signal, and placenta gives the signal to uterine wall to undergo mild contraction, which leads to the secretion of the pituitary oxytocin. As the pituitary oxytocin is secreted, more and more uterine contraction occurs. Thus, a a reflex action is established, this is called fetal ejection reflex. As the reflex is established, this is why this is called fetal ejection. Fetal ejection reflex. This is called fetal ejection reflex. By this, what happens? The baby comes near to the vagina. So far, we have discussed the physical activities that are involved in the parturition. That is uterine contraction, the abdominal contraction, the dilation of the cervix, the expulsion of the fully developed fetus, and the expulsion of the placenta, extra-embryonic membrane, and sludging up or shedding of the changed endometrium, that is decidua. All this together known as labor. But it is known as labor. The all physical activities. All physical activities of parturition called labor. Labor is accompanied by the localized sensation of discomfort. It's called labor pain. It causes the discomfort in the localized area, tissue. So this involves, causes the labor pain. And the labor can be explained under 3 headings, that is the stage of dilation, that is cervical dilation, stage of expulsion, that is expulsion of the fetus, then placental stage, expulsion of the placenta. Let us discuss. Note down the points. Dilation stage, that the time starts from the mild contraction of the uterus, mild uterine contraction, to the intense contraction or the complete dilation of the cervix. Intense contraction leaded to that causes the complete dilation of cervix. Is the dilation stage. Means starting from mild contraction, uterine contraction, to the complete dilation of the cervix is called dilation stage. It lasts for 6 to 12 hours. It lasts for 6 to 12 hours. The uterine contraction occurs once every 30 minutes. Occurs once every 30 minutes. This contraction occurs under the positive feedback. Uterine contraction, I am writing uterine contraction occurs under positive feedback mechanism of that endocrine system. Positive feedback mechanism as it starts with the fully developed, the signal begins. The signal is originated as we have discussed. Signal is originated from fully developed fetus placenta. That placental oxytocin already we have discussed. Okay, placental oxytocin that causes the uterine contraction. Uterine contraction leads to secretion of more pituitary oxytocin, more pituitary oxytocin secretion. Oxytocin secretion. Okay, that causes the intense uterine contraction. Intense uterine contraction. Then meanwhile the relaxin is secreted from both placenta and the ovary of the mother, of the maternal ovary. Then relaxin causes the relaxation of the pubic symphysis, which leads to dilation of cervix. And even the contraction, uterine contraction pushes the baby down in uterus. The baby is in other side. What happens? Not included this, means along with this we can write down that baby is pushed down, is pushed. Now cervix is dilated, completely dilated, and meanwhile on the other hand the baby is pushed down in the uterus to the cervix. Baby is pushed down in uterus and the baby is fully grown fetus. Baby lie near the cervix and the similar type of dilation occurs in vagina. Next point, you can, next what happens after, as we are telling, the dilation of cervix occurs, and meanwhile the uterine contraction, due to the uterine contraction the baby is pushed down in the uterus, which causes the baby that lie near to the cervix, lie against, we can say lie against the cervix. And next what happens? Even it is followed by the vaginal dilation. Similar dilation, we can say similar dilation occurs in vagina. Similar dilation occurs in vagina. You know, cervical canal and vaginal canal, vagina is called the birth canal. Now baby is ready to deliver. Another thing to be noted down, due to regular uterine contraction, the amniotic sac ruptures and the amniotic fluid flows through vagina. Amniotic sac ruptures causing the amniotic fluid, flow of amniotic fluid, causing the flow of amniotic fluid. So amniotic fluid flows through vagina. Next we will study the stage of expulsion or expulsion stage. Expulsion stage. This is the time from complete cervical dilation cervical dilation to the delivery of the fetus or baby. Fully grown fetus is, we can say, baby. It may last for 10 minutes, even this duration. It may be for 10 minutes or even several hours. Due to intense uterine and abdominal contraction, the fetus passes out through cervical and vaginal together known as birth canal. Cervical and vaginal canal with the head in forward direction. In normal delivery. Am I clear? It is the time in between the complete dilation and delivery, which lasts for 10 minutes to several hours, when the intense contraction of the uterine wall and the abdomen occurs, then the fetus passes out, passing through the cervical canal and vaginal canal together known as birth canal, with the head in forward direction in the common case. Otherwise, it may maybe the limbs down, okay. And in the case when the normal delivery does not occur, the delivery occurs by doing the cesarean of the abdomen. The baby is taken out, and after the delivery, the umbilical cord is tied and cut off close to navel region. Let me show you the navel region. Means, if this is the rough diagram I am showing you, fetus, okay. Here is the point where the navel, the umbilical cord is connected. Here is the placenta. Okay. First of all, the baby is coming out, that umbilical cord is pinched out from the placenta. First of all, the baby passes out, expelled out. So, umbilical cord is tied and cut off near the navel region. Placental stage. That is the time. This is the time starting from after the delivery of the baby. The time from the baby to up to the expulsion of placenta. It occurs it lasts for 10 minutes to 45 minutes. Means after the delivery of the baby, the time in between the delivery of the baby and the expulsion of placenta. This expulsion of placenta is caused by the series of powerful uterine contraction. Okay, and as the placenta is expelled out after the delivery of the baby, the expulsion of placenta is also known as after birth. Expulsion of placenta, also known as after birth. The stage is also known as after birth stage. Then let us have an idea what happens in the neonate. After birth, what happens in the neonate? In the neonate means newly born baby. Neonate means newly born baby. What happens? The changes occurs in respiratory system, and circulatory system. We were discussing that the respiration and circulation was not normal. Respiration or circulation. So, the respiratory and circulatory system are changed. What happens to respiratory system? After birth, the lungs, they expand and inflate. The baby's lung expands and inflate. Means previously the lungs were deflate. Before birth, lungs were deflate and they expanded. Lungs of the baby inflate, and so gaseous exchange takes place and baby starts breathing. Baby starts breathing. Then circulatory system. We were knowing that in fetus, the pulmonary circulation, the umbilical, that fetal circulation was drawn through the umbilical cord, ductus arteriosus and foramen ovale. So now the flowing of blood through umbilical cord means umbilical vessels, blood vessels. Then ductus arteriosus plexus and foramen ovale are blocked, and normal circulation is started passing through the heart of the baby.